What's going on, wrestling fans? Welcome to episode 193 of the Dumb Marks podcast. How are you fellas doing on this hot Saturday? I'm out of breath because I just ran the steps. All right.
Hot is an understatement.
Breathe.
Yeah, hot is an understatement,
man. I'm in the basement, so it's nice and cool down here. So I'm cool.
Don't leave the house type day.
I got a graduation party after this today outside.
I got one tomorrow outside, and I'm like, good thing I got the Manscaped, the little crop dust I can put on there to make sure we ain't got the swamp going on. Man, I'm gonna be out here with bullets sweating, boy. I'm gonna lose a lot of water weight outside tomorrow. I'm so good about myself if I step on the scale just from sweating so much. Man.
Jason posted a thing on Facebook earlier this week talking about how the Reese's in his pocket were like liquid chocolate. It's just like, yeah, swamp ass Reese's. That's exactly what.
No, like legit. I stayed inside as much as possible this week. Like, we got a 10-day heat wave, unlike anything we've seen in recent memory. Different podcast. We're not going there.
Earlier in the week, it would rain and then it cooled down. And then
I didn't even get rain. I didn't even get rain over here.
There was like a little bit of rain, and then it just got more humid.
Bro, yesterday it was so hot. Yesterday, I ran to Sam's Club because we needed to get stuff for the graduation party because we're cooking and bringing some stuff. Literally pulled in a parking lot and stepped out of the car, and like I thought my skin was burning. That's how hot the sun was when it hit me. Like I was like, oh, I'm like the Wicked Witch of the West getting water thrown on me. Like I'd start melting here in the parking lot. It was disgusting. Like
yeah. As soon as you open the door, you just get that blast of heat, boy. It feel like an oven. Just like,
fire, humidity so thick, can't breathe. Just like the hot spit on that thing.
You can't talk about that, but you're gonna bring that up.
I had to. That was the highlight of the week. Sometimes the internet can be just downright shitty place, right? But then there's other times where you will get a superstar that'll pop up, and boy, did we have a superstar pop up this week.
Yes, that whole video was hilarious. The whole video was funny.
Yeah, like I saved that.
The crazy part is, how's their TikTok merch? Like anybody could just make a shirt and be like "Hot Tour." You wasn't the one that said it. You wasn't the one that did it.
No,
anybody just pop up.
Hey,
we got Hot Tour cups.
Hey, you can
ProWrestlingTees.com/TheMarksPod.
We can change it and make it into Hot Coup. Just Hot Coup Ming's face.
You gotta be quick on the trademark.
You gotta be quick.
Someone the bloodline needs to work on that real quick.
You gotta be quick on it.
Straight superstar.
As soon as that would have been said, boy, I would have been on the phone like, yeah, I gotta get this instantly.
Went viral. Up
hilarious.
To a registered trademark.
Yep.
It's hilarious. Tremendous. Yeah,
it's hot. If you see me take off hat and dab the forehead, that's when you know it's hot. I'm trying not to take this hat off, but boy.
Where's the cool towel at?
Huh? I have to take my hat off.
You got no AC in the crib?
It's downstairs. Gavin's basking in it right now. I'm upstairs with the casement windows that crank, so you can't get a full AC in there. My mom called me last night. You're like, you got a portable AC in the basement. My sister hid it somewhere, so adventure after I get off this podcast. There will be some AC up here somehow.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care who you are. If you ain't got AC right now, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Even back in the day, whenever I have it in my house.
Oh no, we have one. We have a portable one. She said,
and it was in my mom's bedroom. Everybody just slept in there, right? Like on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't care if you got box fan, ceiling fan, commercial fan, Scooby Doo minivan. I don't care what you have. It's not cooling down. Like you are not. Yeah, like.
You get the illusion of cool during this. You sit there cool for a bit, and then as soon as you step outside,
Yeah, I think Tuesday the high is going to be like 75 degrees and it's going to feel like 40. Like it's going to be such a relief to walk outside and not instantly get punched in the face with humidity and everything else. So, but yeah. All right, enough weather talk.
Up there.
Do
The host
we gotta run in? Is this like a
the little man's taking over?
Yeah.
He's pulled a Wyatt Sick6 on Jason right now.
Yeah, he cut his feed. He is literally somebody screen grabbed that. We need to throw that up whenever stuff's not going right.
Jason, can you hear us at all?
Nah, the host is gone.
All right, well he can come. He can come back in. We'll just pick up where he gave us kind of where he wanted to go in the intro wise. So we're here. The debut of the Wyatt Sick6 happened Monday night after a long tease pause. A lot of people were getting restless and complaining about the tease and the debut. Of course, wrestling fans got to be that way. They can't just enjoy something being built up and take in the moment. I took in the moment. I waited all night Monday night for that debut. All night. And to end the show the way that they did in the fashion that they did, that I think for me was probably top 3 greatest wrestling debuts that I've seen.
I mean, they did something that you've never seen really in wrestling. Maybe other than something that you would see, say, in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, and that was the closest tie-in that I could make was, I'm getting Lucha Underground in WWE right now.
Yeah.
It's like that's exactly what it was. It was cinema on a wrestling program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was good.
I mean, R.I.P. Chad Gable.
Well, no, he tweeted out something yesterday from his account, raising from the grave. But yeah, I mean, well, so all right.
Someone posted because he has the Money in the Bank qualifier this Monday night. At least that was originally scheduled. And someone put, I don't think Chad's gonna make it next week.
No, they already
replaced him with Ilya.
Yeah, Dragunov is his replacement. So apparently, rumor and innuendo before we talk about the actual debut of the group itself, but rumor and innuendo going forward is that a lot of the individuals shown last week were extras, right? As far as who got murdered and who didn't, because it was literally a murder scene. But specific wrestlers in that you'll see that are affected, it's done in a certain fashion with storyline in mind. So this whole Gable being the main focus Monday night, and there were clues that he was going to be the first one taken out. There was his initial showing on stuff and everything else, and the thank you.
And Steve's gone.
This is I'm here. I'm reconnected. But yeah, no, there's going to be story folded into this as far as people that they're taking out and everything. So
okay.
Yeah, it was just tremendous debut. Like I said, I was the smart ass. I was like, this is the greatest wrestling debut since the Shockmaster. You
had to troll the internet, right?
Yeah, I had to troll a little bit. And it got a pop out of people. People were liking it and retweeting it. But yeah, it just for me, Donald, I thought this would be your Mount Rushmore this week for this reason. Like, you're the huge horror fan of the group. Mm-hmm. That's your genre. To me, I need the Wyatt Sick6 to be the Purge. Well, this is what I got for Monday night, right? The Purge plus the Devil's Reject times Hannibal Lecter. Okay. Like if you give me that consistency in this group and stay away from the supernatural stuff, they got a home run that they can run with for a long time with this group.
Mm-hmm. My only issues with it, I love everything they did, but my only issue with it is Bray's fingerprints are on it, and to me, it's gonna feel like the group from Gosh, I went blank right there. Group from AEW whenever Brody died. Dark Order.
Okay.
It seems like that the fans are just gonna cheer them the whole time. How is it going to be dark and gloomy and that stuff and the fans are going to cheer you. I mean, it seemed like that they're just going to be face the whole time because of Bray's fingerprints on everything. That's what's going to get me.
I can see that, but I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. Like they were going to get a pop regardless first time out the gate, like just because of the emotional attachment, right? And Uncle Howdy, when he walked by, I don't know if you caught, but on his gloves it spelled out Bray, like on the fingers of the gloves, right? And a lot of people are saying it's the Wyatt 6 and Bray's the 6th. I got some other thoughts. I got some other thoughts and ideas on it, but that makes sense if they don't add nobody else into the group. So yeah, you'll have that tie-in and that, but after Monday, like I said, the Purge plus the Devil's Rejects times Hannibal Lecter with the mind games. Like those were the first 3 vibes that popped into my head immediately watching that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Donald, I'm kind of with you. Like the whole gimmick was Bray's, before. So it's like without him there, I am a little worried on how it's going to move forward. But I'm also here to see what they do with it, and how it's going to progress, and what the storyline is going to be.
Yeah, I just need him as a dark group that the fans are not going to cheer, because if the fans cheer it, it's going to kill the whole thing. I mean, it really is. I don't need him to be that face group at all.
Well, so like the Fiend wasn't initially intended to get cheers. It was just Bray did it so damn well that people fell in love with it because it was different, and we hadn't seen that presentation before in wrestling. Like, who the hell, a Firefly Funhouse with all these characters and your Pee Wee Herman-esque? Like, what is this corny stuff that's on my screen right now for the first couple of weeks? And it's like, where's it going with it? And then that first flash of the Fiend mask, it was like, oh, okay, this is way different than professional wrestling has done before. Like, what's coming here? So you fast forward till now, and you get the individuals. And honestly, I feel like this is a continuation. I know you said Bray's fingerprints all over it, but to me, this is what Wyndham and Taylor, Bray and Bo Dallas, like this is what they talked about, what they wanted to do with the group. So they're continuing that on to a point, but I think they'll make it their own. And you'll see the differences with it.
Yeah. I definitely think so. Also.
Jay, we're in on the Wyatt 6, and I told Donald I thought it would be his Mount Rushmore because of the horror-esque feel to it. And whenever I was watching it, I got the Purge plus the Devil's Rejects times Hannibal Lecter. Like, give me the group in that setting, in that format, and not stay away from supernatural gimmicky BS, but just give me killers that hunt people down with mind games on Hannibal Lecter's level and everything else, and I'll be in it to win it with the group itself.
Do you ever want them in the main event scene or in the title picture?
To be determined for me.
Yeah, I'll go TBD. Like I'm just still so enamored with everything that they did, and Chris brought this up. And I thought this too, but this was the first time that I saw a Lucha Underground presentation like that. What we got Monday night with that group and how they debuted, and the camera shots and the smoke and the everything, like that was Lucha Underground. It was cinema on a TV or on a wrestling show, right? Yeah. It felt that same way. It was cinema with wrestling on it. Like it was just. Kudos to everybody involved, and shout out to WWE for setting up the scene earlier in the night. Like you had Drew quit and walk backstage, and they showed Gorilla and everything. They showed the hallway, like they laid it out for you so you could see how it was set up and how everybody was positioned and where people were at, where things were at, and everything else. And then to come back in at the end of the show, and it's that freaking bloodbath that we saw, like it just. I can't say enough good things about it. Like 1,000% all here for him.
What do you think, Jason?
I really enjoyed it. That was part of my Mount Rushmore for the week, was just overall production. Between that, the run-in from Punk during Clash at the Castle, how they shot that, the overhead view from Braun Breaker's spear, just like their production was top notch, and this took it overboard for me. This was real good.
Yeah, even with Fatu last night, with him, with Sola in the corner cowering and then start laughing, and then you get him sliding in and bam, super kick to the face on Orton. Like, yeah, they're light years ahead of everybody production wise right now.
I mean, but this is probably why they hired the guy from Marvel, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's who did it.
Yeah,
I'm sure because he was attached with Bray, so I'm sure he's attached with this.
No, there was, I forget what
I think
PLE it was. Was it I think it might have been WrestleMania, but Triple H brought him up by name in the press conference afterwards and said, "Hey, he's running the ship. Like, it's his. What he's doing, and you guys have not seen anything yet. We have stuff. You guys are excited about what we've shown on screen so far. It's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to shooting and production, because we got things that have never been done in pro wrestling before, and it's gonna knock your socks off." And
that's Hollywood coming to wrestling.
He hasn't lived. I mean, he hasn't lied. Like, their production and the camera shots have been tremendous. Like,
Jason, do you have you brought up Punk's slide in. I agree. I thought that was a perfect camera angle. Like, because like if it was Kevin Dunn, you probably would have got like the pan out, seeing Punk slide in. Instead, you got that that certain angle of the mystery of it, and I thought that was perfect.
And the only reason I knew was because of Jordans. Now, do you see them crossing brands, all three? I see they touched Pat McAfee. They're going outside the walls. So allegedly.
I don't know. After I thought maybe this week we would have seen that.
That's what I was expecting too. SmackDown.
Like that was my jabroni. We'll tie into this real quick. Was the illusion of enhanced security last night? It's like you had the two jobbers just standing next to Corey and Wade last night, just kind of chilling there, and it's just like Drew attacks Punk backstage. Where was the enhanced security for that? Because Drew wasn't supposed to be there.
The enhanced security was in the arena.
Yeah, it wasn't outside the arena. Yeah.
So if that's the excuse, Jacob Fatu debuts and attacks them. Where was the enhanced security for that? And they're standing right next to the ring.
All the security took Drew out after Drew backed up.
They were standing in the back. It's just like, we have all this enhanced security, but we're gonna have 2 attacks tonight. Like, come on, I kind of just felt like the only thing I would have liked to seen it play more, I didn't expect the Wyatts to show up on any of the other programming, but I would have liked to have seen the after effects of that on the programming, the GMs or something, just be like, hey, we don't know what happened Monday night, it's like we need to enhance security to a certain extent, but we all need to be on our toes right now because this just isn't known. This is an unknown that we've never had before.
Oh yes, they had it before. It was called Retribution. Remember? They had security attacks before. They just swept it under the rug.
I mean, Wade could bring back Nexus and do the same thing.
I think it'll play out. And like I said, Chris, the rumor is that it's going to be they have a hit list allegedly. Storyline purposes moving forward. Like I said, Gable, the teasers were there for Monday night for Gable. You saw his initials on the tape looking image with the stripes, the thank you in quotation marks. Like the Easter eggs were planning for him to be the guy taken out Monday night. And I'm okay with, I know people bitch all the time, let's keep the roster separate, SmackDown, Raw, right? Punk and Drew was a one-off because it was Punk's hometown. He was there to get medically checked up on his arm. So, and he even announced it Saturday in the press conference. Hey, I got permission to skip Raw to be on SmackDown because it's in Chicago in my hometown. So, cool, you covered me there. I'm not going to gripe about it.
And Drew quit.
Yeah, and Drew quit. So,
my favorite was people posted online nah, Bo texted CM Punk, hey, I liked you before. Miserable.
Yeah, his name was Bo Diddley.
Yeah.
Tremendous. But I'm okay if they float. I'm
them. I'm good with
them. If you want them to float and cause havoc, cool. I can rock with it. Because after a while, if they're just stuck on one brand, after so many, like, what do you do? How do you keep it intriguing? How do you keep it fresh? How is it not wash, rinse, repeat? Right? Like, let them float and just cause havoc. Hell, I'd even have them show up in the PC. Like,
yeah,
give me across all 3 nights. Like, here and there. You never know where they're going to pop up or what they're going to do.
I mean, like, if Dexter Lumis is one of the people and Joe Gacy is one of the people, they have history there.
Yeah.
You know, this could be.
It could be down in NXT.
Yeah.
And Gacy looked like he lost a lot of weight.
It does.
Yeah.
So kudos to him for, getting dumped in a trash bin by Dijak, and then hitting the gym afterwards. Come back. But I'm all for it. And like you said, before we jump off this, because Chris, you brought up your jabroni, so we'll get into that first. But the Wyatt, the whole 6 part, and either having it be Bray as the 6th person, and it's just there, because or you left the door open for Alexa Bliss, because Nikki Cross was Sister Abigail, right? If you're looking at the group, right, you had Rowan was the rabbit with the mask, right? You had Huskus, was Joe Gacy. The Vulture was
Loomis,
and then Bliss was Abby, right? But if you
Nikki.
go back, or Nikki, sorry, if you go back and look, Abby was always in black. Nikki was in white.
So never put that together.
So
didn't they have her in like a wedding dress or something?
That was like way back in the when they first debuted, right? Like,
because that's where I was kind of given Nikki's character. Like, that's what that reminded me of. Like, I was like, I think there was a wedding dress at one point with it.
I went to the she's in white, Alexa's in black.
Okay.
And if you remember when Bray and Matt Hardy got together and they had the darkness and the light, right? Like, that was the difference between them two. So, like, you could have the black and white with Alexa and Nikki if you're gonna bring a 6th person in. Like,
I don't know, I hate to keep putting Alexa, like, that's all she can do. I mean, she's very good at it, don't get me wrong. Like, I love her in that character and think she's very talented, but it's like, could we give her something different instead of just putting her right back into that when she comes back?
The last time we saw Alexa on screen after a match, would they show all the stuff for her entire recap as tied into Bray? It was the park with the swing. It was the flashes of her changing in images, right? It was the what was the name of the doll she had?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it was.
I remember
Lizzie May, I forget, but it was all that tied in like that, and then they just showed her in the ring, like, and that was it. She went out and had a baby, and now we're waiting to see if she ever decides to come back. So,
honestly, if that was me, I'd want that role. Like, give me less in-ring action. Let me do more performing. Work my way back to in-ring shape.
Okay.
Who's gonna play Evil Vince?
Good shit.
That's Shane McMahon.
Allegedly, Shane's tied into wanting to do business with another company, so we could maybe touch on that. Or
possibly,
I was going to say Shane come in, then we do the corporate ministry 2.0.
All right, so we can go either way.
We can hop in there. Well, let me get my since mine was overall production for my Mount Rushmore. Let me get one more production in there. Oh no, I hit the wrong button.
I agree. I agree. I couldn't put that as my Mount Rushmore, but that was one of my favorite moments from the week too.
Oh, sorry. Like, for those people that are mad that Okada is being a comedian right now,
But he's been killing the role.
It is so funny. It
Killing the role.
because he never played anything like this before.
Yeah,
He never played anything like this before, so it is hilarious.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
It's hitting for me.
Like
And then with the broken English, make it funnier.
Yeah, the broken English for him, and then Shibata just refusing to learn English and using the Siri voice. Yeah, like those two are absolutely hilarious right now. And yeah, no, Okada, cutting off the mic and
I'm cool with Okada doing that because they're playing that heel like EVP role with them, you know. So it's
working.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. You know, like he's supposed to be a dick. That's the point of it.
Yeah. He'll be Rainmaker some other time, but right now,
let it play out. Let it play out. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
So let's head on over to those jabronis. Let's go around the horn.
Chris, you covered yours already with the production and the heightened security, but not paying it off. So this week for me was a very enjoyable week as far as watching wrestling. I had very little as far as, man, that left me disappointed and down. So I had to nitpick as far as a mush goes. And I'm going to nitpick in this regard. Don't run the same storyline angle on multiple shows. And this folds into AEW and ROH. So last Saturday, Collision, Buddy Matthews apparently blows his knee out, right? Carried out. They make an audible on the show, which I thought at the time was tremendous. Hey, they're immediately pulling an audible. He's hurt, he's injured. What do we have? Christian Cage popping up on screen and saying, hey, House of Black, guess what? We took your man out here, and they showed Matthews laid out. You guys are no longer a trio. You're now just a duo, thanks to the Patriarch. Cool. Audible on the fly. Not that mad at it, right? Thursday, ROH, Athena comes out on crutches, saying she tore her knee up. She's out 4 to 6 months, but she's not relinquishing her belt. And then it comes out that Matthews, the whole angle was a work, and he's not injured. And played out on Thursday that Athena was called out for, hey, you're not really injured. You're just lying right now. So we're running the same fake injury angle on 2 different shows.
Nobody's watching one.
Under one company. Under one company.
I did watch the segment on YouTube with Athena because I wanted to see what was going on, but
so apparently nobody watched AEW this week, and that's a whole nother topic because they only had 508,000 for Dynamite on Wednesday, or 502.
It was a holiday.
Somebody said they wanted to against Juneteenth.
No, you didn't see Meltzer said it was because the lead-in from Black Panther was not strong like it is from The Big Bang Theory.
Could be on to something.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
No, I didn't see that either.
But yeah, so that's and like I said, this is me nitpicking, grasping at straws. Yeah. I could have came in here and said I got no jabroni, but I was like, nah, let me just come up with something. And I'm like, yeah, can we not run the same exact angle?
Yeah,
in the company on 2 different shows on 2 different nights at the same time, nonetheless, 5 days apart.
I mean, say what you will about he who should not be named, but there's no way he would do something like that. Like even in matches, if you were doing one spot, you couldn't do that spot in another match. You know, you're not going to have multiple storylines at the same thing at the same time.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, if that truly is a work, my man fucking sold the hell out of that knee injury on Saturday. Dude absolutely deserves some type of theatrical award because I was legitimately oh man, you don't want to see that, you know. But yeah, don't run the same angle twice on the same show in the same week in the same company, please. Let's not do that.
My mush is having the Acclaim win an eliminator match against the Bucks.
Now somebody finally won an eliminator match. How you
So they won their eliminator match, so they're gonna get the title shot just to lose the title shot. Just like we've been saying on the show for a while, if you win the eliminator match, you should be champ because you actually beat the champ. But now
the match will happen at Battle of the Belts, and so you'll know this.
The whole eliminator match concept can be a mush of the week.
Yeah,
because it's just the dumbest thing ever. Like I don't know when they made that change and decided to just run with it, but that's literally like what they're putting their champs in. Hey, let's just have an eliminator match, and if you beat them, cool. If not, we'll run it back, and you get an actual title shot.
Yeah,
lazy ass booking is that?
It's okay to use from time to time, but don't overuse it like they are. Like that's just that's their creative process right now. Is just let's do an eliminator match. Like it's kind of like doing a count out in a match in AEW. Like you don't see those all that often because it's just it's another way to do creative for that match. Let the eliminator thing be the same thing. Like. Do it whenever you want to do it, not every freaking week.
Yeah, whenever they actually won, I stood up and was like, wow, somebody actually won an eliminator match. I was like, I'm goddamn shocked here. But knowing that they're not going to win their, quote unquote title match.
So what is that, 1 in 25?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's a waste of time, waste of spot, waste of booking. It would just, but congratulations, I should say. But that's my
and the eliminator match to set up the title shot that's not even the story. The story is building towards blood and guts.
Exactly.
So you're using this as a springboard for the blood and guts feud. So you can count for the Acclaim to be in blood and guts, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes.
Whether we get daddy ass or not, but the Acclaim will be there. Swerve. So you either have 3 or 4. You need either 2 more or 1 more.
That'll be interesting. The Acclaimed in that match. That's something that they really haven't been involved in before. Anything like that.
Hey, gotta get your feet wet. So
no doubt.
Yeah, but not choice.
Like Steve, I enjoyed everything from wrestling. I damn near enjoyed everything from wrestling this week, and I'm just nitpicking. So I'm gonna go with the ref in the MJF and Roosh match. Turner, when Roosh brought in the chair, slid it across the ring, and that was the longest clear out of a weapon by a ref I've seen in my life. He had time to go under the rope, look for over the ring, look for the rope, choke MJF, instead of coming across the ring. The ref goes out the ring and walks all the way around, sees him choking him out. Oh, he didn't see anything. Like, just
not doing his job of paying attention.
Just work on that because, all you have to do is just put the ring out, put the chair outside the ring, turn around, spot's over. That was the longest clear out I've seen in my life, and that's just nitpicking.
They don't do their refs no favor at times. Like
they don't.
They completely
they make them look
irrelevant.
They make them look bad, really bad.
Yeah.
They look like NBA refs out there.
At the beginning, I thought they did a good job. Like, other than sometimes not paying attention to certain calls, but they're more of a joke at this point.
Yeah, no, not bad.
Well, that's our jabronis. Let's just roll around with our mush. My bad. Let's roll around with our Mount Rushmores. Back around the horn. I already did mine with the production.
I'll go. Really, really want to give it to Mina Shirakawa. I really do.
Oh, man.
Really do. But I'm not going to give it to her.
We can't every week. Every week we can't do it every week.
She did come out better than Tony in that segment.
She'll get the honorable mention, but I got to give it to Joe Hendry. I mean, man's on a roll right now. And I listened to him on Busted Open this week with the guys, and he was talking about how, he goes, I noticed, he goes, fans talked about it. He goes, but whenever I was in that moment of NXT, he goes, I was in the moment.
Yeah, he thanked Tommy for that. He said, Tommy, we talked beforehand, and you told me, hey, actually enjoy the moment. Like, and he's like, I did. And you could, like, after he said that, like, I thought back to him, and like when he first came out and like he paused and looked around and soaked it in. Like, yeah, I mean,
that was his rock smelling it moment. Just taking it in.
It had, but in 24 hours, it had, I think, 3 million likes.
I think it's even over that.
It's over 5 million now.
Yeah.
It's the most liked video since anything from WrestleMania for WWE. Like,
and I think he said it's the
the
most liked NXT video too. I think he said in that interview too.
Not only that, but like people were upset that he got thrown out right away. But
right here, that was my mush.
At first, I was like at the moment, but just like he did his job.
Yeah, but not only, but they it was done to set up continue storyline on TNA. Kazarian was the one that threw him out. Him and Kazarian are beefing in TNA, so you carried the storyline over, and you got the pop, the song, the promo. He gets dumped out, everybody boos, and then the lasting memory is him going backstage with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels voicing "I Believe."
Yeah.
So, like, what more do you want as a fan of Joe Hendry? Like,
I don't remember who's talked about it before, but like they always like, there's like a saying of it's not about the minutes that you're given, but what you do with the minutes that you're given.
Yeah.
And
always
he had a home run out of the park with the minutes that he was
Slam.
given on Tuesday. Yeah.
Grand slam.
Now, do you take any stock to what he said in the little promo backstage with Shawn Michaels, where he's like, they struck first?
Anywhere?
Yeah, you take any stock in that?
Absolutely, because I feel this NXT was to gauge the reaction to see if you put him somewhere on the main roster. He would be the only one from TNA that I would have show up in a main roster segment or match.
See, I was thinking more along the lines of the Worlds Collide thing, where he was like, hey, TNA, they struck first. And then this might be the spark off to that. But
I didn't see.
I like the way you're thinking.
That way. I didn't think that way. I thought this was the test run to gauge the reaction.
Okay.
Can we have him pop up on the main roster? Because all this does is highlight and get views for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also doing, it's raising all tides, right? All ships raise with high, all tides raise all ships, or however the damn saying goes, right? Like high tides raise all ships. Everybody's benefiting.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I thought Kazarian got the pop for being the first quote unquote TNA male to show up in NXT because he got announced prior to them going on TV because they had everybody in the ring, right? They had 23 men in the ring except for 2. It was Javon Evans, which is how highly they think of him, and that played out as the night, and then Joe Hendry. Those were the 2 people that got announced, and then the Battle Royal started. Ethan Page. 3, sorry, Ethan Page. So, yeah, but Kazarian had because he's a heel now in TNA, I was the first TNA male to cross over in the NXT, and I eliminated Joe Hendry. So, like, you're running with that, which is a positive for your storylines in TNA, and the babyface got the babyface pop.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was nothing wrong with that. That was definitely a Mount Rushmore for the week for sure.
Hey Steve, hit one of these real quick because you the guy that sent over to Joe Hendry in the first place.
Yeah,
you the guy to put me on. So I'd have never seen Joe Hendry if it wasn't for Steve. So.
I mean, I'll own up to it. I shit on it at the beginning, but he's
grew on you.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that he's talked about doing it. Like, the song's been there since he was in Ring of Honor years ago. Like, it's not a new gimmick, right? It's just now it's caught on, and then with TikTok and everything else, and it charting, like, it's just put him into another stratosphere of popularity. And I've been singing "I Believe in Joe Hendry" all goddamn week. Like, it's there.
It's been in my head. It's been in my head.
Yeah, like you have JBL on Twitter praising Joe Hendry. JBL don't praise nobody. Like, I don't know how many more people you want him to be backed by, but your lasting impression is Shawn Michaels, arguably top 5 all time, saying "I believe." It's a made man situation.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do no wrong there.
Just one of those stories of let's see where it goes. Like I'm here for it.
Same.
Yeah.
Steve, who you got?
Who else needs to go for Mount Rushmore's?
Me. I'll go.
Good. Donald, you go first.
I'll go. I'm gonna give it to Chelsea Green. I love her interference all in the title match, and when she got thrown out and she came back with the luchador mask on, pure entertainment.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I got to give it to her because I was not expecting her to qualify for Money in the Bank. I thought she was just there truly just to take the pin, and it shocked the hell out of me. So, so Chelsea Green, hats off. You get it this week, entertainment wise and wrestling wise.
I think they call her talking to the rest of the match. I'd have been gold.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job last night with the Money in the Bank qualifying matches of giving winners that weren't expected.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Andrade, and then Mello. Like,
yes, never expected.
You look at.
Andrade did win.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, because I ran downstairs doing that, and that was almost my jabroni because he was announced as already in the ring, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Well, Carmelo was too, right?
Carmelo was too. Yeah, Carmelo was in the ring also.
Yeah, Carmelo was.
They announced him as already in the ring too.
So apparently, that's your telltale sign. If they're already in the ring, they're in the match.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job with the matches for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I'm loving the triple threat aspect of it too.
Yeah.
It's something different. It is. I like it.
Yeah,
and nobody you expect is winning, like you said.
That's what I mean. You're elevating new people. It's not like
it's not the same old.
Could you have put Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in? Absolutely, but again, like what's Orton doesn't need to be in a Money in the Bank ladder match at this point in his career. Kevin Owens is arguably in the same position, but like we've seen him do that already. So it's like, let's get some fresh new blood up here. So yeah, you got
plus we're running a different story anyway.
What do we got? Right. We got Jay, Mello, and Andrade. Is that the three?
Jay, Mello, and Andrade so far on the men's side. Yep.
And then who we got for the women? Chelsea
and Io.
Chelsea and Io.
That's it so far.
Yeah. Yeah. So, kudos. I like I said, I had a week, right? Like, you just look back at. So my overall is WWE. My Mount Rushmore is WWE for the week, right? Like, and you just run back through the list of things, right? So you had Monday night. You had Seth came back, Living Dom, Braun Spear of Kaiser, which we touched on, Otis snapping on Gable, Drew quit, the Wyatt Sick debut. Okay, NXT. You had Joe Hendry, you had Lola and Roxanne, you had the title intrigue at the end of the show with the 4 men laying in the ring and the belt in the middle of them. So you're carrying that over. And then last night, Friday Night SmackDown, you had Punk and Heyman, Drew taking out Punk, Solo and Heyman, the entire thread of the show, which was tremendous. Heyman being told Roman's not coming back. And then Jacob Fatu takes out everybody, including Cody Rhodes, and is automatically a made man. Like, I don't know how you get better than that. And that's not the shit on the week that AEW had, because AEW had Swerve and Ospreay promo segment, the match with MJF and Rush, Statlander and Nyla, the contract signing with Mina and Tony, which you brought up, Chris, Pac and Claudio, and then the bracket release for the Owen Harts. I'm looking at the female bracket specifically, and I'm like, this thing's loaded.
Did you watch Willow and Deeb? That was good.
Willow and Deeb last night. That was good. Man.
No, I didn't see
that. That was my one beat.
That was good.
I'll have to go back and watch that.
Like, so I hate to just do a quote unquote cop out and select the company, but WWE from last Saturday through last night, Friday night at 10 o'clock, like they did no wrong. Like I was entertained across the board.
And that's rare.
Yeah.
In the summertime, early summer like this too.
Especially in the summer, yeah.
That's rare.
And you think he was on the road to WrestleMania or something.
Bro. And I forgot about, this is crazy to say, I forgot about Jacob Fatu. Because all the hype when he first, like, it was out there a couple weeks ago, right? Like,
right around Mania, everybody was talking about it.
Yeah. Fatu signed, Fatu's coming. Oh, they want to hold off on Fatu because they don't want his star power to overshine Solo, and they don't want Solo to play second fiddle and everything else. And then it was radio silence. You heard nothing.
No.
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to show up last night.
Not at all.
Not last night.
No.
Random SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then you have him come and he takes out Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes.
And Cody Rhodes in a spectacular way too.
In a spectacular way. Now I done seen Fatu hit that splash off of some shit, right? And when he went up to the top rope, I'm like, oh my God, people are gonna absolutely fall in love with him because and the camera angle, back to your production point, Jay, they shot it down low on the floor from Cody. Like they showed him climbing up, and then once he stood up, they switched the angle to down floor behind the announcer's desk on an angle, on a 45-degree angle, and you saw him take off and 275 pounds of just
That's a big boy. That's a big boy fly.
on top of Cody Rhodes.
And he's got himself in phenomenal shape right now, too.
That's a big boy fly.
I seen the red and I was like, when did Jay get big? Or when did Jimmy get big?
But even that's a detail though, right? Like you saw, like the red was Jimmy and Jay. You've seen that during the bloodline, like it's there. So, and then I thought what made it even like exclamation point. You have him take all them out, right? They get back in the ring. Tama Tonga and
Tonga Loa.
They
look at each other first.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
And the look on Loa's face is like,
like
who is this guy?
You got him? He's with us? Like, really? And I thought, shout out Corey Graves, because
he was selling it.
We talk about all the time about how announcers can tell the story, and they're the ones that can put emphasis on certain things, and the narrative that they drive can help make or break an individual or a segment or a match. That entire time, Corey sold the hell out of Jacob Fatu. Like, this is the guy that the family didn't want to bring in. This son of a bitch is just no. We can't have him here in this company.
He's unhinged.
What they call unhinged, a loose Wolverine.
He wasn't in the back. He wasn't off. He was Solo and Fatu were shoulder to shoulder, right next to each other.
Who let him out?
Yeah.
I need to pat McAfee there too a little bit. Son of a bitch, who let him out?
You just put up commentary. It's like, I gotta give credit to Corey. I was worried whenever they transitioned him into this role, like if he was gonna shine, but he's done great in this role. I've been happy with commentary.
I like him and Wade together.
Yeah,
I really like it.
And he helped to highlight Graves with everything he did last night and how he's been in the role. But how about Wade on Saturday? Him snapping at the way Punk came out and walking out, and then the promo he cut afterwards on the Raw
that he needed to get fired.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, bad news. Like
they made this shit feel real.
Everybody was just like, Wade's still not over Nexus.
No, and then
there was a New Japan moment with that.
Did you hear his line last night though? After the Punk Drew angle, Corey was they came back from commercial and showed the recap, and Wade was like, now a lot of us had cooler heads prevail throughout the week, but not true.
I missed that.
So it was like, hey, I apologize. I flew off the handle. I'm in a better headspace now. In a moment, I lost my emotion. But not true. True is not gonna let that go. So I'm all here. Like I said, both companies for me, even last night with Rampage, like I enjoyed Rampage last night. Like Deeb and
Just
Willow
Dustin
main
straight through,
event
yes.
was great. Andrade or not Andrade, Action Andretti and Leo Rush was a great high flyer speed match back and forth. Phoenix in the match that he had open up the show, like, yeah, I'm not mad at anything AEW's done this week.
Why did I enjoy the dude? Why did I enjoy the dude Phoenix fought? Thunder something?
Yeah, from the Blade Runners or whatever they're called. The outside. No, it wasn't the War Horsemen.
I just say
the Outrunners or whatever the hell they're called.
Wait, why is he a combination of every 80s wrestler? It just
that's their gimmick in the tag team.
That's their gimmick. Oh man.
Yeah, they're the cheesy, corny 80 wrestlers tag team. Yeah. I think they're the Outrunners or something. Like
you look them up.
Yeah, they're good.
God.
They're good. You'll
I was like, he went full Hogan with the hair.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
I was enjoying that guy.
Quintessential 80s wrestlers. It's nostalgia all over again. It's tremendous. Oh, but yeah, no, like I said, AEW had a tremendous week.
Yeah, I agree.
WWE overall, man, it was I got to cop out and just put them on Mount Rushmore because it was tremendous.
Anything else you guys want to touch on before we get into our game?
I did, like I said, I stamped Jacob Fatu last night as a made man, just based off of everything that was done. Do you feel like, one, that was the case, and two, that his star power will overshine Solo in the long run?
In the long run, possibly, but yeah, he's a made man. Like right now, I don't think the casuals know him enough.
Hey, he got a pop. He got a pop last night in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, Chicago.
That's a wrestling town.
Chicago's different, so he got a reaction last night once they recognized and realized who it was, and Corey definitely put him over to the 10th degree. But after what he did in the ring, like whatever town they're in next Friday,
MSG next week. So they always try to do a show there.
He has the visuals, the facials, and everything to get you hooked as a casual wrestling fan. Who is this guy?
Whenever Solo was hugging him, and he just had that insane look in his face, hugging him like still had that rabbit look. Yeah, that rabbit look.
Yeah, don't lean full bore into the crazy Samoan gimmick because I don't need that. Right? Like I don't need that portrayal.
But he could fill that role. Like even though Solo's still doing his thing, Solo's trying to be the head of the table now.
Yeah,
so it's like you need that hitman type thing, and that's going to be his spot.
He's going to go on the Roman schedule.
Solo's got movies to take care of.
Twice a month, and then he's sitting talking Owens.
If Solo don't show up next week and Paul Heyman opens the show saying it like I will pop. Like, but the best part of Fatu that people who aren't familiar with him, the man can talk. He can cut a promo.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how he's going to cut a promo in WWE because the promos he cut in MLW, you can't say that stuff in WWE. So that'll be interesting for me how he tailors and fits into that from the promo aspect of it. And I don't expect them to give him a microphone right away. Like,
look how long they held off on Solo.
Yeah, but I think Solo was more he struggled more on the mic. Like Fatu can absolutely go on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's as well rounded as you get as far as a professional wrestler goes. In my eyes.
I got the final boss talking to him. He'll get him out right.
If we look at the family he grew up in, he should be able to talk.
Do you take any stock in Zillow or Zilla?
So that's I saw somebody put up a graphic for War Games, and Zilla was on the side of Roman and the Usos.
And Sammy.
and Sammy. Yeah, the original bloodline against The Rock with Solo and Fatu and Dawkins. Yeah. But yeah, I can see that being War Games, like 100%. But I don't think The Rock will be there for it.
Ooh.
Like I think you have your 4 with Solo, and then you have Roman, Jimmy, and Jay. I don't know who the 4th would be. Sammy would make the most sense.
It would be Sammy
there, right? Like, but the thing was, he's only had like 15 matches total. Like it's crazy.
Total.
The man's just started, and he's already that good. Like, it's kind of insane when you think about it. I just think he's like too green for them to bring him in.
Okay.
You never know.
High profile story, yeah. It's like,
yeah.
Hey, baptized by fire.
You give him the Solo route, NXT for a little bit, and then run in.
Yeah.
Too quick of a turnaround, but like if you're thinking towards War Games.
Yeah. I mean, the way Paul Heyman is stringing this together with his reactions and going to Punk, take me with you. That's the favorite.
With him with tears in his eyes.
Tears when he was told Roman's not coming back, and he teared up. Like that can't be. That can't be. Like,
me and a coworker were talking about it at work. My coworker was like, "You know who I hated?" He's like, I hated Paul Heyman. I was like, music in my ears. I was like, me too. But now, oh man, he's on my HOF list. He's a Hall of Famer now.
I can't wait for that SmackDown whenever it happens, or whatever it ends, where it's just the phone rings and it's Roman calling Paul, and that's where SmackDown cuts off. That's the one I'm looking.
I'll be good, yeah. They show the caller ID.
Yeah. Like the back
not even the caller ID. Let's go back to ringtones and just have Roman singing like the phone.
Like Punk said, you're the only man that can come in and get a "We Want Roman" chant on my night.
On my time.
Yeah, no. The other stuff I have, we can save for quick hitters after the game. Yeah.
Okay. So I have this game Trivia Mania. It's a WWE trivia game. I've had it for years. It's we have modern era trivia, classic era trivia, and attitude era trivia. Where do you guys want to go?
You're the game show host. Like, yeah. He's still at my homework. He took my
I'll take attitude for 400, Jason.
What'd you say?
I said I'll take attitude for 400.
Attitude, we didn't even give it to Chris to put in the system or anything. We just got to.
No, I don't want Chris to cards. No, I don't want Chris to cheat. So, we're going with the attitude era. We're going with they have big events, championships, and superstar bio. Superstar bio seems a little bit too easy, so I might skip those. Like superstar bio, what 2 men made up the Acolytes tag team? That's nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with championships. What Hall of Fame tag team did the New Age Outlaws defeat November of 1997 for their first World Tag Team Championship?
Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie?
No.
You said 98?
97.
97.
Hall of Fame tag. Legion of Doom.
There you go. Okay. I would have never. That's why I should host trivia, because I know none of this shit. Watch it all, know none of it. Survivor Series.
We're
oh, you want to switch?
No. You. I mean, or each one of us picking a category, or how?
You can go. You answer it. You can go.
What the hell's the criteria for this game show segment, Jason?
I was just going to run off the cards, but if you want to pick, go ahead.
If you get it right,
you got it right, Steve. Go ahead. Pick
if you get it right, I get to choose like Jeopardy. All right. Give me classic era for the daily double, please.
You want big events or championships?
I want what?
Big events or championships?
Let's go big events. Pause.
Oh, this one's too easy. What Cigar Smoking Diva debut with in Goldust Corner?
Right now,
Okay. What superstar missed the 1990 Survivor Series because President Jack Tunney suspended him for insulting Big Boss Man's mother?
Akeem?
Nope.
Oh man.
I don't know that one.
Let's say he's
Said 1990.
1990. Let's say he's really good at insulting fans.
Piper?
No.
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude. That was.
There you go. Rabbit seen Rick Rude. Okay, Steve. Pick again. We'll go six cards.
What was the other era? Classic, Attitude.
Modern, and that's Punk's first run.
Okay, we'll go modern.
We're not that far. Modern era. Okay.
PG era.
There you go. Who defeated CM Punk for the WWE Championship at the 2013 Royal Rumble for the first WWE title in almost a decade?
The Rock.
There you go. That was simple. Go ahead, Chris. Pick an era.
Go to the classic again.
Classic. You want big events or championships?
We'll do big events.
Big events. What superstar won the first Hell in a Cell at what superstar won the first Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood in Your House in 1997?
Shawn Michaels.
There you go. Shawn Michaels.
Come on, that's a.
Hey, I didn't know that one.
So that's classic era.
You got that? Yeah, classic.
That was classic. That's Attitude era.
Yeah, I hear that Attitude as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
I'll go Attitude. I haven't picked
Attitude. Big events or championships?
Championships.
Who defended both European and Intercontinental Championships against Jeff Jarrett at SummerSlam 1999?
D'Lo Brown.
There you go. God damn it. I know the answers and still don't know the answers. Go ahead. Pick another one. Two more.
We'll go back to classic.
Classic. All right. Big events or championships?
We'll go championships because we've done big events. Pause. Hawk 2.
I hope it's about him now.
Look, I got to skip some because I don't know WrestleMania Roman numerals.
It can only be like 1 through 10. It can only be 1 through 10. It's classic era. You ain't got to worry about like 27 and knowing that. It's 1 through 10. This guy.
God.
What competitor ended Bruno Sammartino's 7-year run as WWE champion in 1971?
Bob Backlund.
No.
Pedro Morales?
No. Got to guess on.
Don Morocco.
No. Ivan Koloff.
Oh.
He froze.
I froze?
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Ivan Koloff. I'm gonna pick this one last one. We're going to modern era. Let's see. Fuck. Hey, there's a hell of a lot of WrestleMania moments in here. Let's skip all those. Okay. Who defeated The Miz for the United States Championship at Night of Champions 2010, becoming the first former NXT rookie to win a title?
I wasn't even watching it.
There you go, Chris. I queued that one up just for you because it was like a million Daniel Bryan answers as I was scrolling through. So
I wouldn't have known other than the NXT clue.
Yeah.
That was Trivia Mania with me.
All right, not bad. Besides Jason not knowing numbers,
I will learn next time. I'm getting a lab and do my research.
I'll teach you. It's easy.
I was going to say 2 weeks from now, my game's going to be learning Roman numerals.
Yeah. Look, once you get to 3, I'm stuck. I can't tell you the difference between 4 and 6. 4 and 6 confuses the hell out of me, so I'm done. I'm out. Anybody laugh at my pain? Thanks. Laugh at my
Four
illiteracy.
Horsemen had the Roman numeral in their logo. Like that should just teach you four right there.
V is 5, so you just go from there.
I know that. But what is
V
okay.
is 5, and one after the V will be 6.
Then yeah,
the I before,
then
the one before V will be 4.
No, then that shouldn't even be 4.
Then what
makes no sense. Because you got 5 and 4. Makes no sense. Get out of here. Anybody got any quick hitters?
Jason's like, that's 15.
Yeah, I got some.
That's
some
Thomas Jefferson, sucker.
TNA this week announced, and they did it. They did this in a cool way, but they announced that they have come to terms and partnered up with certain Twitch streamers to broadcast their show live on Thursdays. So when you join the stream, they could actually have the matches up on the screen as you watch along with them.
Oh, that's cool.
As a way for now, I don't know how you're going to garner viewership off of that, right? Maybe you can tally up the total viewers in the individual stream if you're going to factor that in, or maybe it's not factored in at all, because who knows how you calculate viewers nowadays, which is why the AEW number is just whatever. But yeah.
So then, is it the people on Twitch? That's your commentary?
Yeah. So then it's a watch along. You know how we do watch alongs, but you can't show the matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, this is a watch along with the matches on the screen.
Yeah.
So you can actually watch the show with the Twitch streamer, whoever you like, as far as that goes. So for you people that say I don't have anywhere to watch TNA, blah blah blah, there's streamers out there now that'll have the show live every Thursday for you to tune in and rock with the stream and the show. Now, I feel like even though I'm not a streamer, for as much as I piggyback and parlay, and I'm a fan of TNA and have been talking about them for literally the entire show's existence that we've done this show, which is coming up on 4 years here, I should be cut into this pie as far as getting production and being paid.
Our 4-year anniversary logo is going to be the Roman numeral, by the way.
Yeah.
I can't read it.
Learn it.
So that's interesting. And now TNA Plus is doing it live at 8:00 as well. So it's like you can watch it along there too. And that reminds me a lot of back whenever they were doing the Twitch stream, because like they're in the commercial breaks in between and everything.
That was lovely there.
Yeah, I was watching it on Twitch.
Yeah, me too.
Same here. That was lovely.
That's the only thing I wish they would do on TNA Plus is do like what was Brian Cage's wife? What was her name?
Melissa Santos.
Yeah, like when she would host the commercial breaks on Twitch and do her thing. Like I like that. Like it gave you something to do during the commercial break instead of just a blank screen.
Yeah. So that was TNA's, which I thought that, hey, listen, you're in the new times, right? You got to figure out how to shake and move differently. And if you're not gonna be on like a major broadcasting network, because Access TV is not that, then how can you get more people and eyes on your product? Streamers are the way to go. They're the new it thing, right? Like Cassinet and all them dudes over at AMP like you have across the board, and there's plenty of pro wrestling streamers now. So the fact that they've partnered up with several of them to be able to live show, live broadcast of the show in the stream feed, I think is a smart move for them moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how that plays out.
Now, I did see somebody throw out this idea in regards to TNA. What if the Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry, and all that is a presentation to USA to pick up TNA once NXT moves to the CW?
I don't think that'll happen just because of SmackDown being on USA still. WWE doesn't like competing brands.
But if they're in partners with
TNA.
Yeah. I mean, if they would sign off on it, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, I don't know. Access probably wouldn't do that because you're losing arguably your most popular
money,
show on your network. But just like an interesting thought going out there. But yeah, kudos to them for doing something different with the streamers.
Just to piggyback off that real quick, because one of the notes I had, NXT and CW finally announced that NXT will be moving on October 1st. So it's official now.
Yeah, and allegedly they're looking to book an arena for the debut show. So not at the PC, they're going to do it,
UFC
somewhere.
Back at Apex.
No, an actual arena, not that Apex. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport card was announced, and I believe it's for today. Yeah, it's for tonight, right? You got Barnett against Moxley, Minoru Suzuki against Timothy Thatcher, and then Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Really?
His Bloodsport debut tonight.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's 9 matches. Those were the 9 matches, one women's fight. It looks like a really good card. Davey Boy Smith Jr. is on there. But yeah, Suzuki and Thatcher in Bloodsport rules. Yes, please. Moxley and Barnett himself. Say what you will about Moxley, but this is his alley. And then I'm gonna have to see what Rampage Jackson looks like in this setting. Like, how's that gonna work?
I was gonna say, when was the last time he was in TNA? That's got to be a decade at least.
Yeah. So give me that. And then 2 quick hitters on AEW. One, they announced the debut. They're going to be having a show. I believe it's Dynamite before All In on the 21st in Cardiff.
Yeah.
At the something arena. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but so they're going across the pond for more than just All In. Cardiff, they saw the success there with WWE. Makes sense to run it there. And then the last one with AEW, after the successful launch of the Young Bucks shoe with the partnership with Reebok, they came out this week and announced Reebok, they're going to do a shoe for Brody Lee. And if you haven't seen what that shoe looks like, it's the dope all black Reebok Classic with the suede. It looks dope. Some purple accents on the back of the shoe and Brody's name written down on the bottom. So shout out to them for doing that. I think that's a really good idea. The shoe looks dope itself. Even the Young Bucks shoe looked dope. Like, I'm not into the shoe game like a lot of people are, but I could definitely see people going to cop those, even if they're not wrestling fans, just the way that they looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to them.
Because like the Young Bucks ones were, what was it, 500 shoes? That was it, or something like that. Like it was a limited edition, and
no, they had more. I think they had like 1,500 and sold out.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, anything that's limited edition doesn't matter the number. People are going to buy it just to collect.
Yeah. So I don't know any more details as far as how many of the Brody Lee editions we'll get, but I think it's a smart partnership for both brands. You got Reebok and AEW working with Reebok. We saw Jordan announce Roman's shoe, right? So granted, WWE working with Jordan and WWE working with Nike is a little bit different step up, but if you're gonna play in that lane and space, Reebok's looking for something, and both shoes that they've put out so far look good. So not mad at that as well.
A couple of things that I had a couple weeks ago, we talked about how WWE was rumored to be disappointed in Cody Rhodes' merchandise sales. This week, says Fanatic said that he had a private signing recently and sold over 500 titles. So there's money. And then in addition to that, he was the top seller at Clash of the Castle this past week. So
that's not enough for
I think he's doing fine.
He's doing just fine.
500 titles at 500 a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the math.
Business is good.
Yeah.
And this one's just from Jason, really. But his favorite wrestler, Izzy, won her first title the other day.
Mission Pro Wrestling Women's Champ Izzy. Shout out Izzy getting her first title.
If you're watching this, Izzy, we take what we want. I'm coming to
you. She'll be on NXT next year.
You don't need a belt. I'm coming for it. I'll be a champ for something for it. No.
That's all I got.
The Izzy versus Bailey matchup and the storyline that they can draw on that matchup.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 45.
Lock it in now, Jay. Lock it in now.
Hopefully, I'm done watching wrestling by then.
Izzy as the babyface hugger gimmick, and Bailey just being the ruthless heel, making Izzy cry instead of Sasha making Izzy cry.
The role model.
Hey, somebody sitting here like, you know how I didn't like Paul Heyman, then I got into Paul Heyman. I'm an Izzy fan.
Hey, can't be mad at don't hate the game, don't hate the player, hate the game. She went out there and she turned that work.
It's good. It's good she's putting in the work and doing her thing now, but still.
She was interviewing and that, and then she got in the ring, and now she's worked her way, and I think she literally just graduated high school, and I think she graduated high school early, so the girl's not a dumb girl, but she does put in the work and grinds, and it's not like she's not earning her stripes. So shout out to her, Mission Pro Wrestling. Yeah, we'll see what comes about that, but kudos to her. See, right. Jason, dreams do come true.
Not mine. Let me give this a shot. Thank you for watching episode 193 of the Dunmarks Podcast. You can find us on social media at Dunmarks Pod at all social media platforms. Check us out on Pro Wrestling Keys. Give us a like, listen, and follow on Spotify. Did I hit it all?
Hey,
you missed the email, but
Game Shark promo. What else did I got to get?
You did good.
At DunmarksPod.com. Okay. Since I'm streaming from my phone and I can't just look up a quote on the whim, going to read the back of this action figure. When you're in the NWO, you're in the NWO for life. It's your quote of the week.